There's no such thing as full coverage. People think that term means that you're covered, that all the optional coverages available to you are going to be on your auto policy. Full coverage really is just meaning that you have collision coverage and you have comprehensive coverage and you have a deductible. But full coverage, when they say that to you at the auto dealer, they just mean we want you to have collision and comprehensive coverage because we want to make sure if anything happens to your car, it's going to be fixed because we still own the car, right? They don't care if you have a rental car when your car's in the shop. They don't care if you're hurt because an uninsured motorist hit you. They don't care if you have to pay $100 to get your car towed, okay? All they care about is that your car gets fixed. In Texas, like if you own your car free and clear, the only coverage you have to have is liability coverage. And that covers the other car and the other person that you might hit in an at-fault accident. Okay, you have to have that coverage. Now, if you've paid for your car and you don't have a lender, that's the only coverage you have to have by law. Now, if you have a lender and they technically own your car and you haven't paid it off, then you have to have collision coverage and comprehensive coverage. And that's all they care about. The other optional coverages that are important and that are good for you to have are uninsured motorist coverage, rental car reimbursement coverage to cover you to get a rental car when your car's in the shop after an accident, personal injury protection and medical payments coverage, and then towing. Uninsured motorist coverage and underinsured motorist coverage covers you if somebody hits you that doesn't have insurance. Now, in the state of Texas, it's estimated that like 20% of the drivers are driving around without insurance. So it is important to have uninsured motorist coverage because if somebody hits you and you only have liability only, then you have no coverage like for your injuries. And if you reject it, you do have to sign a form stating that you're aware that you don't have that coverage and you reject it. Rental car reimbursement coverage is the coverage that you have to cover you if your car's in the shop and you need to have a rental car. And a lot of people think when they have full coverage, that means they automatically have a rental car for 30 days. And people get really upset after they have an accident and they can't get around and they have to pay for their own rental car because, the insurance companies get better rates on rental cars. And so it could cost you a lot of money, but you have to specifically choose that coverage, and it is completely an optional coverage on your auto policy. Personal injury protection covers your medical expenses and also your lost earnings. And it even covers, for somebody to come to your house maybe and help you with rehab. And personal injury protection covers not only yourself as the driver, but it would cover any passenger that you have in the car. But if you don't have it, then you don't have any coverage for your medical expenses if you're in an at-fault accident. Towing is just a small optional coverage. It's only like $7 per vehicle for 6 months. So it's just a little over $1 a month that you pay, and it will cover up to, at least our policy, up to $120 for towing or roadside assistance, or if you lock your keys in your car. And those are all your choice, those 4 optional coverages. You decide if you want them or not.